broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
You can never get it.
Never gets old.
It doesn't.
It's perfect.
Even though all of our guests keep saying they want a new theme song, they want a new opening. I like it.
I'm down for a new opening, but keep the song.
Keep the song.
Keep it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Another good week of Shameless here. I'm your host, Hayley Clover. We're missing one today, as you can probably notice. Phil's gone.
One down.
Phil is gone, but I'm joined by you two beautiful ladies. What's up, guys?
Hello. Hey, guys. I'm Joyce, and you can follow me on Twitter at JJ Ajouri.
And hey, I'm JJ, and you can follow me at JJ Jurgens.
Oh,
Wow.
special guest.
What is
I don't know
that?
what that audio is.
Another.
I don't know if you guys can hear this. We've got some audio going on in the studio. We don't know what it is. We'll see.
Oh, maybe it's the link. Oh, it was me.
Oh, it's you?
That's probably from one of those streams going.
We're trying to read the live feed.
Yeah.
We gotta mute that thing.
So we were listening to ourselves.
My bad.
Inception. Well, so JJ's gonna try to follow along on the live read if she can get that figured out. So keep commenting along. You guys commented a lot on YouTube last week, and we really, really appreciate it. We love your comments. We had some good conversations, debates, and everything going on last week, which is the whole point of this panel. So
Yeah.
keep commenting
Keep
along.
them coming.
Yeah. So
Speaking of coming.
speaking of coming, Joyce, thank you for that great transition. Be a good boy. Come for grandma. Come for grandma.
We have to start with that.
Queenie, what did you guys think of this episode? And what do you think about her? We haven't talked about her too much. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like her intentions are great, and I don't think she's gonna be like Sammy, where she'll have an ulterior motive to get herself into the family or like try to, be conniving in any way. I feel like she really wants to take care of them in just her own way and like teach them how to be healthier and better together and everything. So part of me really likes her. I really, really like what she's doing, especially what she did with Lip today, as weird as it was. Like, I have to keep telling myself, they're not related, like, it's kind of okay.
Well, like, she wasn't doing anything sexual to him at all, but it was a really funny moment between the two, because she did kind of start talking at the end a little, like, more provocatively. Yeah. And so it was funny, and he was like, you could tell his face at the end was like, what the fuck just happened? So yeah, that was funny.
I really like her though too. I mean, there's something, just because she is so positive, and I think she is just trying to do a good thing. I mean, can we talk about the sex scene with her and Frank too?
Please, let's go. Jump right in.
I mean,
literally.
That's the thing I love about the show, though. I know we talk about it over and over, but it's like just like boom, and you see so much, and you're right there in the room with them.
It's a total softcore porno.
Yeah,
the entire show
today
might as well be porn.
Today was like more than
oh my god,
usual.
we had Queenie, full frontal. We had a bunch of dudes' asses, which still I'm waiting for the dick, because where's the like, come on, if we're gonna be fair,
let's be
we
fair.
need to see a full frontal dick.
Plenty of opportunity for that tonight.
So many, come on. And then we saw Lip at the end having a foursome. So he had he got his mojo back.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Good for him.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. He's a good storyline. I want to start with Debbie, because I had a moment of like, I was grossed out so much today. It was just so weird with that guy. Let's just talk about it. Let's dive right in. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, total creeper. I thought at the beginning, I'm like, oh god, she's finally gonna get like a normal boy. So I thought maybe this was gonna be where the storyline was gonna go, like somebody that
it
she
wasn't
would
weird
maybe
to you
like.
though that a guy hit on a random pregnant girl, because if I was pregnant, say I was Debbie, I would have been like, why are you hitting on me? I'm pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't really bother me when he first started out.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I'm talking like the first minute.
Right.
Right after that, then it went a little creepy. I could kind of tell. But no, when he first kind of hit on her in the store, I was like, No, it didn't creep me out. Like,
okay. What about you,
it
Joyce?
took 30 seconds.
I agree. I feel like in the beginning, like his startup conversation with her was pretty normal.
Well, talking maybe about his sister.
Talking about his sister,
fine.
which stroller she should buy. Maybe Debbie did some research on what's good.
Right.
But then, like, when he got a little closer and a little more interested, like, immediately I got, like, skis vibes. Like, I was just like, this guy's weird. Like, there's something off. And then, like, you know, she had a little bit of normalcy with him. He took her out. Like, they had a nice lunch. They had conversation.
She got an eggplant parm.
She got eggplant parm, which she'd never had before. So she had a little bit of normalcy, which I liked that he gave her. But there was just, like, there was still, in the back of my head, I was like, there's something up. Like, he's just creepy.
JJ, I know you wrote it down. What was it? What's it called? His fetish?
It is called Masiophile.
A masiophile.
Masiophile.
All right, so like a mix between
Pregnancy fetish.
Pregnancy pedophile.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then he had Scarlett. Was that her name?
Scarlett.
Oh, she's like, I'll share. Yeah. Sweetie, what the hell is wrong with you? And I loved when Debbie Roy, when she was walking out, was like, you're fucked up, and so are you, Scarlett. And just ran out. Yeah, I thought that whole situation was weird.
Yeah. Good for her on walking out.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you ever think, like, why did they even do it? Like, why did the writers have to throw that in?
I did a little bit with this week. I was kind of like, I mean, what was the point of that one? I mean, it was
just to give her some kind of storyline for today.
Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right. That's a good question. I didn't think about that.
Because, like, as funny as it was, it didn't do anything to her character or, like, you know,
maybe
her character forward.
Or it didn't,
Right.
Yeah. I think it was important for them to throw in also that she was going to her Lamaze classes by herself.
Okay, that I did like. I thought Lip was going to go with her when he said that, and then, he didn't.
Might have too.
But it's possible that support will come back in the future. You know, now that she is 7 months pregnant, so we find out she's 7 months pregnant, and you know, maybe that because it is so real and so close now, the family will kind of start to support her a little more.
I think so. I think so too. I like that Lip was like, well, it's kind of too late for me to not be okay with it, and I feel like that sort of thing happens in real life when. You know, when young kids get pregnant, like their parents initially are like shocked and upset about it, but it's like once the child comes and once it becomes more real, you know, like you said, the family's going to start coming together. It's still your child. It's still family.
So. Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. Well, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but you're right. I think her storyline was just kind of like thrown in there.
Yeah, kind of random.
Good point.
All right. Well, Lip storyline not too random. It's just a continuation of what he's going through now with Helene. It was pretty funny though to see him have and struggle with Whiskey Dick. Yeah, I do like the relationship with him and his professor a lot. It's a father figure for him. Maybe they're asking him some really weird questions and having some weird conversations, but it is an older guy that's giving him advice and some guidance. Do you like that relationship?
I do, but I still feel like Lip, he's not like confiding in him fully like he did with Queenie. Like he's still like, I mean, granted it's a different type of relationship, but like I like that he's there. I like that he's there to give him advice, to give Lip advice and stuff. So
I really like it. I like watching the two of them together, and I like seeing. Yeah, they're not gonna have the same conversation because he's working with him, and he's the student. He still is the student, you know, in that position. But I like their interactions together. I think they're just fun, and I mean, this guy clearly has lived a life similar to his. So I think it's nice that he has somebody older that has been through stuff, that so he's not getting preached at, or he's not, you know, somebody that understands the things that he's going through, and is like, oh yeah, I've been through that. And
I do like that we find out a little bit more about the teacher every episode. You get like one little tidbit about him every episode.
I've leaned on Viagra a couple times. Yeah, I love that. Oh man, I think he just keeps it real with Lip. Like, I mean, he's had a lot of great interactions with like adults. I mean, I'll just say adults, like people who are much older than him in the past who have influenced him, like Amanda's dad and
even Kev
and the counselor who like helped him out with his tuition, and Kev, So, but this guy, like, the relationship is different, and I think they just keep it real, 100%. There's no strings attached. They're just kind of like buds.
I agree. Him living in the sorority house is about to get wild, I think.
He's got a lot of benefits.
We knew this was coming at some point.
He's got a full-time job with
He's
benefits.
got free healthcare with Queenie.
Right.
And
With
he's
all
got
of our
like anger
holistic
management
shit
with those girls.
I feel like we just knew this was coming, though. I mean, you can't be living in a sorority house and not get here eventually. So,
Well, especially with him before Helene. I mean, he had sex with everyone. I mean, like, they all, like, just had a bunch of sex. Do you think, though, he's going to be able to fix his actual problem? Because the only... Well, I guess she did fix it. Do you think he's going to be using the picture of Helene anymore? Or do you think that was just a... Okay.
I think that might be the last we kind of... I mean, really have him struggling with that at all. I think this was kind of put the nail in the coffin on that one.
On that one.
I think so too. I think this whole episode was him overcoming that feeling that he had, that like yearning for her, that anger for her that he had, and you know, it came in the form of like holistic foot rubs and taking care of like your organs through your feet. So.
And he was even talking differently. You know, this time he was like, "Oh, she treated me like her little puppy," and before he's never really said a bad thing about her.
That's very
true. He's kind of defended everything that she did, and then this time you could tell he's kind of starting to turn around, or he's seeing some of the things for who she was and how she treated him.
Yeah, that is very true.
Lip this episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
In that respect.
And he said, you know, because he's a physics major, it's really hard for him to believe in all of that holistic shit. Do you think now, though, that he might like be good friends with Queenie and he's going to be doing a lot? You think he's going to be doing a lot of hippie shit? I mean, we see in the scenes for next week that they go to the compound, and it's just like, you know, tense and it's like.
I don't think he'll do much. I mean, but I think he has a newfound respect for it. But, but I don't think he'll start doing a bunch of different.
I think so
stuff.
too. If anything, if Queenie ever like, you know, gets into trouble in terms of like getting kicked out of the house for whatever reason or something, like Lip will be her champion and like come to her and make sure that she's not getting like bullied by the family or anything. But yeah, I think he has a new respect for that stuff. I don't think he's gonna like go full on. I think we're gonna see that more in Debbie now. So you know, we'll talk about that later. But if one Gallagher is gonna do it, it would be Debbie.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good prediction.
Yeah.
What do you think it is that Queenie sees in Frank? Like, I think about it every week, and they're funny together. Don't get me wrong. They have like such a funny dynamic, but it's like, what?
I think clearly she said tonight that Lip was a young Frank. So Frank back in the day must have been smoking hot, you know, and really had that same kind of charm and charisma and sex drive like Lip does. So, I mean, I think that's still how she sees them, and now they're just both older, but I think in her eyes, that's always, you know, I mean, there's that person that you sometimes have that just mad attraction to, and I just think that's Frank for her.
Yeah. And we don't know why they ended, right? Like, they never really touched upon their relationship, because
I think she did say in that first episode something about him, like, well, you left and blah blah blah, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think she did touch upon something. It wasn't some kind of like huge moment though that we would have remembered. Like, there wasn't any kind of like tragic.
I was gonna say, it doesn't seem like there's too much bad blood between them. Like, the way they left each other on like a high note. Maybe not, you know, obviously when relationships end it sucks, but maybe it was sort of just, you know, they remember each other in like the best time.
Well, or she just started this, you know, holistic stuff where it's just she's in tune with her spirit and her mind, and so she's able to relax and just be happy and you know.
Plus, she likes taking care of people.
I don't know anything about holistic medicine. You guys, have you ever done foot reflexology?
Oh yeah.
No, but I've taken homeopathic medicine.
Yeah,
I worked at a cancer center and we did we did reflexology.
That's cool. Well, and it, like, I've heard it works. I've done it once. Well, I went to like a Chinese foot spa. They're everywhere in LA, like everywhere, and it's the cheapest foot massage you can ever get. And I'm like,
they're the
why
best,
not?
apparently.
And it does hurt. Like when they hit that pressure point, you're like, oh god.
Yeah, I totally believe it. Even I do a lot of shiatsu, when they just find every pressure point in your body. But it's such a great relief.
It does. It hurts, and then after you're like,
occasionally, but not like that.
Like JJ's like getting a boner.
No,
lady boner.
Unfortunately, I haven't had that experience when I've been there. But I will say, like, I've been like I've neck injuries and stuff from car accidents and sports or whatever, and they'll just push in. I'm like, oh, I'm just like, just release.
You do want to be like, stop, you mother.
But it hurts so fucking good. You're like, keep doing it.
I can't. My pain tolerance is too low, and I'm way too ticklish. So anyone that goes near my feet or my sides and massages, like,
I know. She's like,
no, I'm the girl at the nail salon who's like trying not to cry when they're you know, cleaning my feet or whatever.
Yeah, I'm lucky I'm not ticklish at all.
I can't. It's terrible.
Oh, you shouldn't have told us that, Joyce.
I'm so
At the
sad
most
I did.
random times this episode, we're going to be like,
You're gonna regret it. I'm a puncher and a kicker.
oh my gosh. Well, we have a lot to talk about Frank, but right before that, guys, I know you've heard us talk about this the last couple of weeks, and we ate it, Blue Apron.
It was so good.
If you're looking for like a cool gift to give somebody, you know, it's so easy. You send them a package, or you can send them weekly packages of food that they can create, and it's super, super good. We used it with Phil. He ordered it. You can order 2 for free if you use our blueapron.com/podcast. Promo, yeah, and you can go in, get some awesome food. You're guaranteed to love it. The meals are like less than $10 per meal, which you can't really find anywhere. I can't go to lunch and get lunch for $10 unless I'm getting fast food.
And if you're ordering it for yourself and you're cooking by yourself, you have dinner for one night and lunch the next day. So it's like free food to try it out for 2 days. You can make different meals, and you can choose what you want too, which is great.
Exactly.
Good stuff too. You don't have to sit in the grocery store line.
And it's healthy. Like it's fresh stuff.
Well, it is.
It's
And,
delicious.
Yeah, and Blue Apron also has meals for all of your dietary needs. So you can get anything that's vegetarian, vegan. So you can put all of your dietary needs in there. We had the chicken. What was it called?
We had udon and cod,
which is good.
We had
chicken
schnitzel.
Thank you.
That
That's
was
what
bomb.
it was. Yeah, I mean, it says that they have ingredients that you've never used before, like watermelon radishes. I've never had that. Farro, purple potatoes. There's like 500 to 700, recipes. It's amazing. So go online, blueapron.com/podcast. Get 2 free meals. Why not? Why not get some free food?
Do it. It's good stuff.
Free food's always good, right?
And
so is free cocaine. Which is about to not be
Frank.
Which is about to not be free.
In trouble.
Frank's losing the left testicle. Ladies.
If not more. I mean, that's not something.
Good thing Queenie's around. She could heal him, patch him back up.
Oh my God! If I see them cut out his ball, I'm gonna lose it.
You'll have V there for the stitches, and you'll have Queenie there for the holistic healing processes.
Here's my deal on this one with Frank, though.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, you talk to Carl for 5 minutes, not addressing the giant gash on his head with blood, and then you make a comment about it at the end. You think these people are effing around? Like, they're not, like, I just don't understand the not getting the level of how deep he's into this and why he thinks this is, I don't know, just not, like, no common sense,
As Frank is telling him, too, like, why aren't you going tomorrow?
Yeah,
it wasn't even just like, are you okay? It was like, get back in the business. I need your money.
And to top it off, he ends a conversation with Carl saying, like, I have never been so disappointed in you.
Right.
And I know Carl, like, as much as he shows that, like, what Frank is saying is complete bullshit, like, you've never been proud of me, it still, like, hit Carl.
Yeah.
It hit Carl, like, right where it hurts.
Yeah, that really bothered me too, because we haven't seen Frank be as shameless lately, doing, and now he's right back to doing that conversation really upset me too.
Well, we have always said that Carl, out of all of them, was probably the one that did try to have a relationship with him, because he did like his antics and did right. So that did suck to see, but I am so glad that he had that realization. He had an epiphany. He's out. Yeah. I think if anything, we see at the end of the show that it's still maybe going to come back.
I was going to say, like, I don't know, obviously, I don't know how this works in real life, but, like, how in the clear is Carl at this point? Like, I feel like you can't just leave. Like, you can't just give your clothes to the gangbangers and leave. Like, I feel like it just doesn't work that way, and they're not going to let it be that easy for him in the show. So.
Yeah, I mean, we probably are the wrong 3 to ask.
Clearly.
I have a cousin that's a gangbanger. So.
Really?
Yep. He's
been my God, JJ.
Yep.
Do you know anything?
You have any insight on that?
No, I mean, he's been in jail for a long, long time, and he just got out this year.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm very proud of him.
Cool.
No, I mean, hey.
But yeah, I got messed up
Everyone
with the
can
wrong...
hit that reset button.
Yeah, the same situation, poor father, and yeah. But, I think that's what upsets me about why Frank acts this way, because he's not taking it seriously, and he's not taking how much that changes his whole life, and for him to make that decision to step away from that lifestyle is huge and giant, and you should have the reaction that Fiona had. You shouldn't have the reaction that Frank had.
But see, like in true Frank fashion, though, like, he doesn't think that what he does or says is wrong. Like, he doesn't think that, first of all, he doesn't think of the consequences or what it could do to someone like Carl, like the things that he says. Second of all, he thinks he's helping him out by, like, sort of taking care of his business, but also taking the money as well, which is what he needs, which
Carl didn't
was made
want
clear
the
in the
money.
beginning. Yeah, he didn't want the money. So,
and then he doesn't even help him out. He goes and he messes up the situation even more.
He makes it worse.
So,
yeah, exactly. It's going to bite Carl in the ass.
The only great thing
Probably
about
before
it
the
was Rick
season's
Fox.
He was so good.
What a great cameo, right?
Yes.
I loved it. I loved it.
I love that man.
I've seen him a couple of times. He used to come into the restaurant that I worked at when I first moved in here, and he's
beautiful.
Oh, wow.
He's a giant, beautiful
He
man.
is an attractive man.
Sure is.
That's so funny. No, he was fun.
Does a lot of cocaine in the show. I don't know about in real life.
That was fun to watch.
It was. He played a good part just for some fun this week.
I'm surprised. Had you guys heard about that casting?
No, I didn't either. Wonder if they kept that a secret.
But they made the reveal like very much a surprise. Like it was very much like a shock factor for me, like surprise. So I feel like they wouldn't say anything just to keep that suspense or whatever.
It was fun.
Like that
right
reaction.
I think the best part of that whole situation with Carl was Sean this week for me. Stepped up.
Yep.
You know, like did what he had to do to help Carl get out of his situation, and it was tough to watch him too have to give over his car, his clothes. I mean, he doesn't have enough money to go buy a new car right now. It's just he's in love with Fiona, and so he's going to do anything he can now for those kids because it's like he's part of the family too. Yeah. And it was really nice to see. Like for me, I really liked watching.
But poor guy, like I mean, he does do a lot for Fiona. He does love her, and he does genuinely want to help her and her family, which is great. I love that he stepped up too, and that he offered Carl a job like right on the spot, right then and there, without him knowing. But he really got screwed over today.
Well, yeah, I mean, he deals with a lot of shit.
Bad. I mean, he tried so hard to keep his kid away from that influence, and as much as he cares and loves Fiona, like he understands that you guys are not the type of people that I want my kid to like know and be around, unfortunately.
So what do you think happens now with that? Let's talk about it's Sean and Fiona. Sean visibly upset, and rightly so. I mean, he walks in on his 10-year-old son with a gun.
I can't imagine.
I did like how he said, "Stay there, I'm gonna come and get it." It made it seem like it wasn't just like this normal thing that happened where he was just gonna go grab it, because that's not what you should you should do with a gun.
Because who knows if the kid if Will would have freaked out and like touched the trigger or something. So he handled it very well.
I thought I had written down that Will's going to shoot himself. I thought that somehow he was going to be playing with it, and this was going to be because Shameless always does those types of things to us. I thought, oh no, don't let that happen.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was Fiona and Will were kind of moving for. I mean, not that Will was saying much, but you could tell that his mood had changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and I liked the moments that they had both with Fiona and Sean, where they both said, "Was it I'm kind of loving you right now?"
kind of loving you right
I
now.
love that. So it's like
you better. Yeah, you better.
Yeah. And because I like because they were both making. We finally see a grown relationship where they're both like stepping up and helping where the other could need help. But that's why I like those two together.
Yeah.
Then it all went south.
Oh my gosh, 2 steps forward, 5 steps back.
It's very true. So Carl, is he getting kicked out of that apartment immediately? Is Fiona getting kicked out of that apartment? Like,
Well,
what do you
they
think?
were out for sure. I mean, she was untying his hair at their house.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Sean like kicked them out, or if Fiona was like, I get it, I'm gonna go. Like we obviously didn't see that part, but
Right.
I feel like she would have stepped back, even though she was trying to apologize profusely and like get him to see her point of view. Like I feel like she'd be the kind of person that's like, all right, fine, like I get it, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
But who knows for how long.
What about Sean's visitation? What are your predictions on that?
Oh man,
Is that going out the window, or is he gonna?
I feel like Sean is doing trying to do the right thing in everything. So if his kid he's not going to try to convince his kid not to tell his mom.
No,
I don't think he's
either.
going to try to find a way to stop that from happening.
Yeah, I agree. So I think sadly that he might lose the visitation, and I think we might have some rocky times for those two now.
No, I love that.
I know, me too, but
Yeah, I do like Sean. And that was the one thing, too, even when he was dealing with his addiction, was the one thing that he really cared about. Always was Will.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he doesn't slip up again because of it. That's another thing.
I don't think so.
I hope not.
I hope not.
Yeah. It would just make that situation worse for him.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we'll get into that in predictions. We can talk about that then. I'll keep it in my mind because I never have one. Well, another relationship that we see now, and we know you guys have some strong opinions about, which is great. We like seeing all of your comments. And I would love to know what you thought about this week after seeing, a lot of you have said maybe they don't have as much chemistry as you would have liked if you thought they had more chemistry this week. So we see Ian and Caleb. They get to go on a normal date. Caleb takes him out with all of his, all of his friends, his ex, and, some of the other, what does he call them? Mean queens.
Mean queens.
And they had a great little conversation. They were picking on him, but he was holding his own, just like Caleb said. What did you think about this relationship? Because I know you guys both, loved Ian and Mickey, but wanted to, see him move forward too. What did you think?
I love them together, especially today. Like, today was a good... today's episode showed a different side of them. I mean, we saw them together more, like, they obviously slept together, and there was it's chemistry, but it's obviously different chemistry than from, like, Ian and Mickey. I mean, Galavich is, like, a whole nother level of chemistry, but this is, like...
passion with those two.
It's very passionate, but this could be a different kind of passion, and like Ian said, he hasn't felt happy in a long time, and this happened a long time, and I think he's liking this normal chemistry that he's having with Caleb. So
yeah, I think
I'm into it.
Yeah, me too. I think it's I still love Mickey, of course, but I think I like having this experience with this character because I think it's fun to see him getting his, getting on track with getting fired up with being the EMT. I like that he can have a normal, like, healthy relationship going out with their peers and like what you would do when you're having, and I like that he's responsible and they told each other their biggest secrets,
Right.
So
we kept hearing the skeletons this episode. They had skeletons in their closet. And, at the end we finally hear a couple of them from, both Ian and Caleb. HIV positive, which is obviously something that would be tough to deal with and hard to hear, but knowing Ian and knowing how much he's been through and how much he's dealt with, he's very understanding, which I did like that, that moment. I didn't want to see him freak out on him. Yeah. Like, it wouldn't have done anything for me.
Well, same with Caleb, too. I mean, I think Ian understands that, like, his, bipolar diagnosis can be sort of, like, taboo for some people or could be a deal breaker for some people. So it's not something that he talks about or wants, to just tell anybody. So it's nice to see him and Caleb bond over this sort of like they're skeletons. Like, he's never, because he didn't really have that in Mickey. Mickey tried to help him and take care of him, but Mickey still didn't understand, that he had a problem or that he, that this was something new that Ian had to try to take care of.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Mickey, he was super compassionate towards him and really did try to help. But I really liked the comment that Caleb made. His first question was, "What's it like?" It wasn't like
I gotta fix
are you taking your meds?
Yeah.
Like, are you okay? Are you good now? It was, what's it like? Like, he was trying to understand exactly what he was going through, which I did appreciate that question.
Me too.
I liked that.
I think they're good together. I hope it lasts a while. I hope it's not just a little fling.
I hope we see Ian pass his EMT test. Like, my favorite part almost of this entire episode was when he said that he enjoys having a purpose in life. Yeah. Like, it made me so happy and at the same time so sad that he hasn't felt like he had any kind of purpose. So it's exciting to see him go to the hospital for all of his, studying and all of that. What about that great moment with the guy the patient standing outside in his IV?
That's so funny.
Who, was he smoking?
Yeah, he was smoking on his little break with his IV drip.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's not disgusting.
Oh my God. But, they kiss and then the guy's like, that's disgusting. Yeah. And you think that he was going to go off. Caleb holds him down a little bit. But then the best little moment ever is as he's walking back, you think, oh, he's going to take a shot at him. Like, he's going to totally punch him in the face. And he's just like...
He blows him a little kiss. That was so
I was
funny.
like, that's great.
I loved it too.
That was perfect. That was just enough.
That would make that dude pissed more than anything. Like, good call on Ian's part for being nonviolent and for actually doing something that'll piss the guy off still.
Right, like when would that have happened? If that was any other time, he would have hauled off and broke his nose.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That was
or at least
hilarious.
rip his IV bag or do something that's going to cause him some sort of pain.
Right.
I love it. Plus, Caleb has a nice butt.
He sure does.
Yeah, he does. Joyce got a nice look at it.
I was like,
that's when we could have gone and had the 360 view on. You know, I mean,
Listen, I'm
you
just
want your penis
saying.
in the show. I think we should have just done a turn.
It's not that
It's
not that I even need the penis, JJ. It's that it's
Oh,
fair.
you need the penis.
I need the penis. Well, my mom told me something really funny
your
last
mom's
week.
watching. Hi,
Somebody
Mom.
is commenting. If you can find that online, somebody is commenting with my mom last week, like, "Oh my God, close your ears, Joni!" Like she just said that. And my mom's like, "Oh God, I need the penis."
that's so funny.
Yeah,
I love
so it's just fair to see a penis.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's
Have
just
we
like,
ever seen one in the show? Do you guys remember if we've seen a penis?
We've seen dildos.
That doesn't
Have
count.
we seen Jody's penis?
No, we need a real
Oh,
penis.
we saw Jody's penis.
We saw his
We saw
penis.
Jody's penis. Yep.
When?
And it was
And
we
it was
did.
what?
It was big. I remember we saw because he was like. Do you remember?
Where's
it
Phil?
was that.
Where's Phil when you need
He
him?
was like, kind of like on his knees, and you saw it.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
you remember? It was like it was quite the angle of it.
He was
we'll
ready
have
to
to
go.
find
Like
that.
he was ready for some playtime.
Can you guys put a
with
screenshot
Sheila.
of that? No, I'm just kidding.
Fans, we want you to find that for tweet it to us. This
Oh my God! I'm gonna like.
You just asked for our fans to tweet us dick
I did.
pics.
I asked for it.
I'm gonna
I
go on
asked
my
for it
phone
and
and
I
get
want it.
notifications, and that's gonna pop up, and
This
I'm
is
gonna get
what
a lot of
happens.
questions.
This is what happens when we have an all-female panel and Phil's gone because he'd be like, "All right, ladies."
Oh, he would have remembered that scene though.
Yeah, he would have.
Sure. Then we probably would have made some comment about him, and
That's
just,
so funny.
Yeah, and all that good stuff. Oh my God,
We miss you, Phil.
we do. All right, so all penises aside.
How do we get out of that?
I don't know.
All penises aside, let's just predict some shit.
Let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
JJ hit it off.
Oh,
You
God.
go.
My brain is only on one thing right now. Wow.
What?
We will see more penises in the show.
Doubt it.
Wow. I definitely think a really tough time ahead for Fiona and Sean. I think separated for a while, angry. I think we might see them get back together like towards the end of maybe in the season finale. But yeah, I think rough times.
And maybe
coming up.
Carl might feel a little guilty
He could,
for that.
mhm.
I don't know, because he obviously saw how great they are together and how like she moved in with him for a short spell, so he probably feel guilty. I wonder, or I feel like Helene is gonna come back in some form and try to like make amends with Flip, and he's come to terms. Like I feel like this is it. Like he's moving on now. Like this is the start of that. So when she comes back to him to like talk to him or maybe tell him that like I'm free to whatever, he's not gonna have any of it.
Yeah.
It'll be like the tables will be turned.
I do agree that she's not totally gone yet. I don't know how she's coming back, but it to me would be too short, like 2 episodes to just be like over that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree she's coming back somehow. Just don't know how. My biggest wonder or prediction is that Debbie is now going to this compound to have her baby in a non male environment, that she's gonna end up staying there with her child, and all of those ladies are gonna they're all gonna raise the child. I got just the
that's
weirdest
interesting.
vibe with the nurse that came in.
Yeah.
That she was gonna be there to help her and guide her and take care of the child. I don't know. I think there's more that's gonna happen with that compound, which is why Queenie's been around now for a couple episodes.
Intense.
Yeah.
Seems like a really intense
Well, and
environment.
she still would have to figure out where to live and all that.
Yeah.
Kind of, so it could work.
Yeah.
That could. Good one.
You never know.
We'll see. I had an actual prediction this week, whether it's right or wrong. That's
Yay!
Is there anything else we wanted to comment on? You have anything written
So
down?
I don't.
Yeah.
That we hit on all my notes. Yep.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, we look forward to reading your comments on YouTube.
Sorry,
and
I couldn't get the thing.
oh, that's okay. I know I couldn't figure it out. I looked for it either.
Yeah.
we'll try to figure that out next week. But yeah, keep commenting along on YouTube, and if you haven't already, subscribe to AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. There are many amazing panels besides ours, so go ahead and watch all of those. And Joyce, where can they find you on social media?
Cool. You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at JJ Jurgens, and I'm on the Walking Dead podcast later tonight, as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which comes back on Tuesday.
All right, you can follow me at JJ Jurgens on Twitter and JJ.Jurgens on Instagram, and at my blog at tomgirl.tv.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Hayley Clover. So thanks for joining. We will see you again next week.
Bye guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.